Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Taco, and today we're back with another video, and week 5 is here, and with week 5 comes week 5 predictions. We're already a quarter of the way done the year. I mean, it's been going by fast. With that being said, we got 14 games. We got teams on buys now. They are right there, and yeah, last week, not a good week. Went 8-7-1. I believe it's the worst that I've went in a week ever. I think it went 9-7 a few times. But yeah, and then on the season, 41-22-1. I'm not gonna have the tie there the whole year. But yeah, with that being said, let's get right into it. Starting off Thursday night football, it's the Niners heading to LA to take on the Rams. When you look at the Niners, it seems like it will be Brock Purdy back this week from his little toe and shoulder thing. But yeah, the Niners have been a good football team. Had their first loss last week, somewhat disappointing, but the Jags are a good team. You played them competitively without your quarterback. I believe that team is still very good. Nick Bosa got hurt. That's obviously not good, but that team is still pretty good. On the other side, you look at the Rams, hard-fought win against the Colts, definitely some luck involved, but the Rams have been playing great football. Stafford looks great. Puka Nacua, I mean, what a beast. What a beast. Every single fantasy league I'm in, I am thanking Puka Nacua because I drafted him with my first-round pick every league. I knew. Just trust me on that. With that being said, I think that both these teams are very good. They're very competitive. They should be fighting for playoff spots. But the team that's better, I think, is the Los Angeles Rams. Give me the Rams 34-20. They're just going to be able to take control of this game enough to be able to get the win. That offense, it just feels like it's too much for San Francisco. Without Nick Bosa, they don't really have a great corner for Puka or Devontae Adams. That's why I have the Rams. Then up in London, you've got the Browns and the Vikings. When you look at the Browns, Dylan Gabriel, it seems like he'll get the first start of the year. Wasn't working enough with Joe Flacco. I don't think they scored more than 16 points all year. So they bring in Dylan Gabriel. Hey, he could give the team a bit of a spark, but it's going to be hard. One, you're making him play his debut game with all the jet lag and all just the London crap. And then also, you're facing the Vikings defense. And when you look at the Vikings, it's a beautiful defense. Yes, you lost last week, but that team is elite. That defense is elite. Carson Wentz didn't play his best game until the fourth quarter. Some guys really came on, but the Vikings just weren't able to get the win last week. With that being said, I think that they will get the win this week. 17-9, I have it being a pretty low-scoring game. Not exactly because both these offenses suck, even though they're pretty mediocre. Mostly because both the defenses are very good. I expect to see that again, especially Brian Flores versus a rookie quarterback. I think that's where you get the mismatch, and that's why I have the Vikings winning this game. You've got the Cowboys heading to MetLife to take on the Jets. When you look at the Cowboys, it was a great week last week for you. You tied, but you tied the Green Bay Packers. That means you're equal to the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers are really good. Yeah, I mean, the offense played out of their mind. It seems like that's the way this season's going to be. Can the defense just give them a stop or two to work with the offense that just seems like it's firing on all cylinders? On the other side, you look at the Jets. The main thing with the Jets has been penalties. It's been just stupid stuff. Justin Fields came back. He played all right. I thought Tyrod was going to play that game, but Justin Fields, he played all right. Yeah, they had 2 great plays, and then the rest of the game was just pretty mediocre. You let the Dolphins offense that has just been struggling all year. Maybe they found their thing a little, but they definitely got the best of you. With that being said, one team's better than the other, and that's the Dallas Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys, 37-24. The Jets defense just won't be able to do enough to stop Dallas that has had such a good offense, in the 2 wins, or in the win and the tie that they have. So yeah, give me the Cowboys. Then you've got the Giants heading to New Orleans to take on the Saints. New Orleans, whatever you want to call it. When you look at the Giants, Hey, what a week last week. He came in, no Tyrone Tracy. You got Scatabo, he's playing amazing. And Jackson Dart played amazing. Now he's questionable according to Sleeper.com, where, of course, my quarterback's on a bye week. And I need him, but, I think that Jackson Dart will play. When you look at the rest of the team, I mean, they played great. The defense played great. They did their job. They were able to get a win against a good team. But it might be a one-game thing. It is the New York Giants. We can't get so high right now. On the other side, you look at the Saints. Yes, they're 0-4, but they have played teams competitively besides the Seahawks. But the Bills, they played them more competitively than kind of anybody expected. Rattler's kind of just been doing his job. And I think that it's going to end up with a win at some point, and I think that it's going to end up with a win here. Give me the Saints 20-17. I just feel like they're going to have the game. They're going to have it come together just enough to get the win. Jackson Dart is still a young rookie. There still is some holes in that offense, especially without Malik Nabers. I just went through the whole Giants segment. Didn't even talk about Malik Nabers. Yeah, Malik Nabers is out for the year. That sucks. And I think that, not having the big offensive threat is one of the main reasons why the Saints are going to come out of this one. Then you've got the Raiders and the Colts. When you look at the Raiders, it was a pretty good week last week, all things considered. The Bears are a decent team. You're able to get back on your mojo offensively. Geno's just got to stop throwing picks. I mean, that's the truth. But yeah, they've been playing some all right football. Just weren't able to get the win. Had the devastating blocked field goal at the end of that game. On the other side, you look at the Colts. Also a devastating loss to the Rams. Sucks for Adonai Mitchell. I loved him. I still do love him. I still wish for the best. But that was sad. Seeing what happened and then the hold. You lost to a very good team, but you lost very competitively enough where I'm not losing faith in this team, and I am still going to pick them here. Give me the Colts 26-20. They get back, get the win that they need to keep going on this hot streak. Give me Indianapolis. Then you've got the Dolphins heading to Carolina to take on the Panthers. When you look at the Dolphins, it was a very good week last week. You came in, the offense has looked the best that it really has looked in a minute. Yes, Tyreek Hill's out for the year. That sucks. But you were able to function without him. And Tyreek Hill's a huge loss, but it's not like he's been doing Tyreek Hill things for upwards of a year now. On the other side, you look at the Panthers, just a bad week last week. I mean, you had the great game against Atlanta, and then you just have a stinker against New England. And I kind of don't know what to think about this team. And because of that, I am going to pick the Dolphins in this game. Give me the Dolphins 21-19. I trust that offense will be able to do enough to get a win against a Panthers defense that's, surprised a lot of people, even though they did give up 42 last week. And the Panthers just won't be able to do enough. Give me Miami. Then you've got the Broncos heading to Philly to take on the Eagles. When you look at the Broncos, you played a bad Cincinnati team. You beat the crap out of them. You did what you were probably supposed to do. The offense looked great. Dobbins and Harvey look like a great 1-2 punch. Bo Nix doing his job. The defense does what the defense does, even though 3 points against the Bengals might not even be that crazy. It was a good week for the Broncos, and you kind of got your season on track. You still have not trailed in the fourth quarter yet this year. And on the other side, you look at the Eagles. They might be 0-78 in hypotheticals, but they have won 19 of their last 20. They are good. They come in against the Bucs, a team that we always lose to. We can't beat the Bucs, and we beat them. Yes, there's a lot of things to fix with the offense, and I don't need to hear anything about A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown is staying here. He's perfectly fine, okay? We have things to fix, but we can fix them, and I think that we'll find some fixes today or on Sunday. Give me the Eagles 31-24. They're the better team here. They'll be able to out-talent them, got the home field advantage, and they will be able to win this game. Give me the Birds. Then you've got the Texans and the Ravens. Kind of a weird game. When you look at the Texans, got their first win last week, finally shut out the Titans. That defense has just played amazing this year. I don't know who their DC is, but he should be getting looks for a head coaching job. C.J. Stroud and the offensive line specifically has played awful, and the offense just wasn't really able to get together, but they finally started to show something. Woody Marks looked great. Like, it was a decent game for the Texans. You were able to get a win against a team that you're supposed to, but you got it in a very good fashion. On the other side, you look at the Ravens, just not going good. You're 1-3. Your defense just might kind of suck. And it sucks to see. But yeah, and then now you're without Lamar Jackson. Everybody's hurt. Everybody's hurt in Baltimore. It was kind of like how it was, and then they had a few healthy years, and now it might just be back to this again. With that being said, I think that the Texans will be able to take this one. Give me the Texans 20-14. Think that they're the better team here. They'll be able to do enough offensively, even if the offense just hasn't been able to click. And that defense, especially against Cooper Rush, will be able to do their job. Give me Houston. Now we're in the 4 o'clock slate. Starting off, we got the Titans and the Cardinals. When you look at the Titans, it's been bad. You scored 0 points, as I said about 30 seconds ago. Yeah, I mean, I wish the best for Cam Ward, but it's not looking good. And yeah. On the other side, you look at the Cardinals. They're hitting kind of a roadblock. Had a very close game against Seattle. Lost. Marvin Harrison had his thing, but he might be back on the right track. We saw the good touchdown. The running game, Connor gets hurt. Benson gets hurt the next week. It's going to be Amari DiMercato, at least for fantasy purposes, I hope. But yeah, just a pretty decent team in the Cardinals, and that's what you need to beat the Titans. Give me the Cardinals 27-10. The Titans just aren't able to do much. The Cardinals will be able to do what they need to do in the passing game, hopefully in the running game, and their defense will definitely do enough for the Titans. Give me Arizona. Then you've got the Bucks heading to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. When you look at the Bucks, pretty good week last week, all things considered. Had a very bad first half. Was able to turn on the second half. Scored quite a few points. Made that game pretty close. Just wasn't able to close it out. Which feels like something that the Bucks have been able to do. Which is close out football games. This year, last year, the year before. Whenever they have Baker wins the game. And they just weren't able to do that. On the other side, you look at Seattle. Very good team. Very good game. They've been stacking up wins. They have a very good roster. A very good defense. They have been able to do a lot of things. Darnold looks really good, and I didn't think he would, losing KOC, losing all those weapons, and he really does look good. But with that being said, give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Give me the Bucs 34-27. I think that they're the better team here, as I say, for about half of my predictions. I think that their offenses might just be too much for this Seattle defense. I think that they'll keep trading blows, but the Bucs will be able to come up on top. Then you've got the Bengals and the Lions. When you look at the Bengals, it's bad. It's bad. Please just trade for Jameis Winston. We want to see fun, Trade for Jameis. Jamar will go for $2,000. T. Higgins will go for $1,500. And you'll lose every single game, but it'll be great, But yeah, the Bengals have just not been good. On the other side, you look at the Lions. Doing their job against bad teams. It's what the Lions have been able to do. They beat the crap out of bad teams. 34-10 against the Browns, who have a very good defense. Their scheming has looked good. Their offenses look good. Their defenses look really good. And I think it's going to continue on. Again, the Lions beat the crap out of bad teams. Give me the Lions 41-10. I think it's the biggest blowout I've ever had in a prediction. Besides maybe one of the Eagles' collapse games. But yeah, give me Detroit. They're the better team here in about every single category, except maybe Jamar Chase. Yeah, give me Detroit. Then you've got the Commanders heading to LA to take on the Chargers. I just realized they're playing 2 LA games. I guess Thursday and Sunday they can do that. When you look at the Commies, it was a bad week last week because you lost to a Falcons team that had nothing going. You let them get going on offense. And that's not a good thing. The defense, Washington has always been kind of suspect recently, and that was just a bad showing for it. But yeah, Marcus Mariota looked okay. I mean, they did put up 27 points. The run game's good. But yeah, I do think that it will be Jayden Daniels this week. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure Jayden is in line to play. On the other side, you look at the Chargers. It was a bad week last week. The Giants had a great week, and you just didn't play your best week. And the Giants were able to beat you when you kind of least expect it. With that being said, I think that the Commanders could do almost the same thing. Give me the Commies 24-21. They're going to be able to get this win here. I think Marcus or Jayden Daniels, they're going to be able to run the ball on the Chargers, which seems kind of crazy because the Chargers just feel like they could stop the run. They just kind of can't very well. But yeah, give me Washington. They'll be able to get this win here. And it's Sunday Night Football, the Bills, the Patriots. When you look at the Bills, you're 4-0. It was an iffy week against the Saints last week. The Saints were kind of able to keep themselves in the game a little bit, but you were able to pull ahead. You still did win by 12. The Bills have been a great team. They're just stacking up wins. Josh Allen looks great. The run game looks great. The defense looks great. Everybody looks good in Buffalo. They're doing what they need to do. On the other side, you look at the Patriots. Just able to bounce back after a bad week the week before offensively. Put up 42 points. Everybody was doing their job. It looked well coached. It looked well ran. And that's what you need to win football games. That's what the Patriots could do. But that's how you win football games against okay teams. They're running into a monster in the Buffalo Bills. And that's why give me the Bills 33-21. I think that offense could just be too much for the Patriots. They just don't have the talent to keep up with the Bills. That's the truth. Give me Buffalo. Then on Monday night, it's the Jags and the Chiefs. When you look at the Jags, you're 3-1 this year. You've been doing everything right. You had the one loss to the Bengals, but you've been winning football games against pretty good teams. Niners are good. Texans are decent, maybe. But yeah, the Jags have just been able to win football games. They're doing their job. They're doing it very well. I think that Liam Cohen is probably the front runner for Coach of the Year right now. On the other side, you look at the Chiefs. They looked great. I mean, Xavier Worthy came back, and this offense just looks like themselves again. And not themselves again as in last year. Themselves again as in 22. I mean, they're scoring points. It looks efficient, but it looks like they know what they're doing. And I really like that with the Chiefs. And that's why I have the Chiefs winning this game 27-24. They'll be able to do their job. The Jags, while they're a great team, they don't out-talent the Chiefs and they don't out-coach the Chiefs. That's the truth. The Chiefs are just a well-run team. They'll be able to win this game. That's going to be it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If it makes sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. And I will see y'all in the next one.